Also, too, I've been doing this for a while. I don't know if you guys know my story. I'm an audio engineer. I went to school for it. I make music. I make beats just like everybody else. But I wanted to step back. What's up? Hear you.
What school did you go to?
Oh, IR, Institute of Audio Research.
Okay, IR.
Me too.
Oh, you did tell? I didn't know that. Oh, you did tell me that. You did tell me
Actually,
that.
I wanted, at one point, I wanted to go to IR. I just couldn't afford it. I couldn't get the student loan for it. I remember at this time, this was like in the 90s. They in the 90s, they wanted 10 grand.
Yeah, that's what I did. I took out
a loan too.
I took out
different compared to
and
this now. It's easier.
How much is it now?
Probably the same amount, but I'm just saying in the 90s, probably trying to get into that trade.
Right.
It was like
It was a hot time.
You know, teeth.
Right, I know, because I mean, I spent a lot of my time just trying to learn the craft of production. Sample King Studios on 23rd Street. You know, I was just trying to learn MPC, then trying to learn, see what that was all about, you know, what, you know, I guess at that moment was Steinberg. That's the door.
I'm Cubase, bro. I'm a huge
You
Cubase,
know what
bro.
I mean? You know, that was
Anything in Germany, bro.
that was the door at the moment, you know what I mean? Besides Pro Tools, their Pro Tools took over, then we got Reason. We got Reason. I mean, and what's crazy is even at that period of time when FL Studio dropped,
Yeah.
I had FL Studio 1, even though it was just patterns, sequence, there was no sampler, there was no nothing. You know, a lot of the brothers that were into, you know, knowing how to play keys and stuff like that, they did the piano roll thing and stuff like that. So, yeah, as a DJ, you know, I always had an ear and itch for production, period. You know what I mean? I never got too full into it. I still got an MPC 2000 XL in the crib. Don't get it twisted. And I still got.
Don't get rid of it. That's that sound.
No. I got the machine. I also got the machine when it first came out.
Yes, I had the machine when it first came out too. I'm mad it kind of broke on me. I said, you know what? It broke down, like a couple buttons broke on me.
I mean, especially with the new doors that are coming out, I get the small versions of it, like the micro or whatever. I don't get the full version. I get my feet wet with it until I feel a little comfortable with it. If I feel like endeavoring getting
Yeah, that's what
a bigger.
I got the Alcott Mini 3. That's what I've been using as of recent. They have a lot of good plugins for that particular machine, for sure.
Okay. I'm not pressing on the keyboard no more.
So wait, so I'm just surrounded by producers, right?
Right.
Sorry. I came back to produce.
You got one.
I came back. It was like 10 years.
We're talking about devices like this right here, Akaya. Right here we have an Akaya. This is pretty much like we got samples in here. These are pads, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So these are already preset pads that we can use throughout the show, you know, for sound drops or whatever.
Right.
But in the production game, we have a full-fledged sampler, a full-fledged sequencer that we actually get the workflow going.
I have this thing called like my track is rapping out you guys, so I need all of y'all contacts after the show, you know.
Now, when we get out and see DAW, we also talk about digital audio workstation. That's what's the norm now, you know. And with that, you know, everything's digitized. So, so what DAWs you guys like?
I mean, we'll see what happened with IER just exposed me to, like you said, doors, like, and just from saying, oh, you know, Beverly Hills has a home studio. I was like, people have home studio? This is like 2000, 2001. I'm like, home studio? Shoot, this home studio.
In the early 90s, I had that vision for studio equipment. I made it happen. It was very expensive. Had one in the Bronx, had one in Brooklyn. We got a Mackie DLRZ or boom. We got an Elise's rack, MPC. We had mics. We had a digital board. I think it was that's one or a task. I know we had a digital board and we had an analog board. We had to have both. You know what I mean? And there was no door. This was all straight up banging out.
Right, analog. Right.
We had Tascam, Seabird, and we took it from there. We would just go in the fucking lab and just. So I was smoking at that time, so we just light up and just it would be a 24-hour.
So you were cutting the patterns like the samples off of the CD itself?
No, we had turntables. We had whatever we wanted to sample, we sampled, and whatever pattern we wanted to lay. We laid the patterns out in the pouch. Because that's what we were using. It's that. You lay out it gives you the option to lay out the patterns in the Akaya.
Gotcha.
So there's no real visual perspective. There was very little. I mean, you had the little screen that popped up, but everything was
Pretty much in tempo, yeah, you didn't have
Tempo,
like
and
the
you
sequence
got-
tempo, and now with the technology is a lot.
You had the sequence, you had the numbers of the what you could label sequence. You had the bars, you had all of that. Well, older samplers like SP12 or something like that was more difficult. Or I had an Akai S20, and that was all numbers on a little screen like about. I swear I had this small.
Like that rectangle with the
Rectangular, this one. It's
Yeah.
similar to like a SP808 or a Roland. Like
Gotcha.
it was just numbers on it. You had to go off of, play as you go along and just and do it like that. But that actually, that type of workflow, I think is what's needed again. So,
I hear you.
when you put in that much amount of work
Right.
and that body of work that you're trying to, it's
I
something you
agree.
gave birth to, as
I agree.
opposed to just laying out 10 or 12 beats in one night. That was unheard of,
Yeah.
Of course now you can do that now with the technology that's out now,
Right.
but a lot of brothers ain't taking their time to really be creative. They just doing and going with what's hot.
Right.
There's no creativity right
I totally
now.
agree with you. Also too, like, if you're not, I'm gonna be honest, if you're not throwing a video out there with that single, it's very hard to really get out, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything I really put out has a video, even before I drop the MP3.
I mean-
because you gotta spend a lot of money to get kind of attention. Not money in like far as like paying people off, but like paying for your production. But you need a team, bro. It ain't just like one
I mean,
bitch.
From my personal experience, right about now, everything is a visual perspective. Nothing is audio.
100%.
The audio comes later. Everything, you want to see it first, then they rock with it.
Right.
Even with a radio interview, you think the Breakfast Club was popping because motherfuckers was listening to it? No, motherfuckers was watching it
On YouTube.
and watching the foolery that was going on. I'm not saying foolery, but watching, the engagements that was going on, so on and so forth. So that's what popularized it. So, now that you see the actual, what really goes on in the radio station, no matter what format it is, people are intrigued. They want to see what's what. You know what I mean? So even here at DTF, for a long time since '07, you had a lot of, you got to walk through these doors in order to, even to this day, you got to walk through these doors. Whether it's here, DSN, or wherever, you got to walk through those
I
doors.
remember this. I
Yeah.
remember I had a podcast while on FLO on Pride Radio.
Okay.
I had a podcast way back when. So, a lot of artists don't realize you have to do the groundwork.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, walk through DTF doors, walk through City about to open back up. Let's keep it a buck. So when the open mics are opening up, hit these open mics up. You know what I'm saying? Because once you hit the open mics up, then that's more engagement. You say, okay, I can really feel you, see you. Okay, you're a real thing. Okay, now I can invest in you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no one's gonna, this is my personal experience. When we were on the road and we were doing shows and stuff, no one would physically buy a shirt off you off the internet. You would have to physically be there. They would have to see you perform and love your shit. It was that rush, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could still sell CDs today. It's kind of crazy if you're performing.
Yeah.
If you're performing and they want anything that you're selling, you're good. Because honestly, the stage is important. That's where you make the money. Stage.
That's what I want.
No, the stage will never die. And proof of that was when the pandemic hit.
Right.
How many people just stopped putting out albums?
Right.
And then the funny thing was, I thought the underground and all the struggling artists would jump on that and make our music now while it was going on, but they did the same thing, and I was tight.
No, I did the opposite. I did what you said.
Wait. You, I'm with this.
I'm sorry. First,
Let me talk.
Before anything, I want to
Wait,
say.
let me just introduce you. This is Core 187. He has a dope album right now. Just introduce yourself a little, bro. I don't want.
No,
I feel like, you sure?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I want to
Alright.
thank you because you brought me here.
Yeah.
This is my first time ever doing
Well, we
it.
got a phenomenal record together. That's the only reason I'm joking with you.
But no, my name's Cole 187. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I want to thank Pop-Up Playlist. Ray, I never met you, but this is my first time. Thank you for putting me up on Pop-Up List. Lil Fat, we got a super history for about 10 years. LAV's in the background, he's taking, what's up, man? But I want to thank you guys for bringing me up on the show. I did exactly what you just said. I came out with an album last year. I dropped it in October.
Oh, wow.
The album hit 1,700,000 streams as of right now. basically, I also have my merch on top of that. Shout out to my boy Andres in the back, the Social Lux Club. We made this bag. It's on core187.com. Hats, the whole 9 yards. And what Lord Fat was definitely explaining, like, which is kind of funny, yeah, you had to like do a show for people to have like interest. So I was really skeptical, like, you know, this was my very first album ever dropping in life. And when I made the album, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna get that much spins. Nobody really knows me. I've been doing music for a long time, but I didn't have the confidence. Until my boy Andre put it in the bar, and everybody exploded. So from that point on, it just, and then we did that great song, Running on Fumes. I remember one.
Just do me a favor, tell them the process of that.
The process was hilarious.
It was crazy. It was like done in, I feel like it was done in 2 days. Not really, I'm exaggerating.
No, yeah, okay. You want me to put it together?
Yeah, just explain the whole situation from the recording to the mixing to the mastering to the writing, all that shit. Just real quick.
So me and him made music for like 10 years straight. I left in North Carolina. I got back here about 3 years ago. So we finally came back. I finally came back and he was like, dude, I want to, you know, he heard the record already. He was like, I want to throw you a beat to help with the album. I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. I don't know what you have, but let's see. You know what I'm saying? Because the albums were pretty much already done.
Always rock.
So we're listening. He gave me like, I think it was like over 60 beats. I was like, that's a lot of beats. So I'm literally, you know, going through the first 5. It was like the 3rd one. I was like, listen, can you take this particular beat out, this melody out, and I'm gonna rock it.
Real quick, it's very important, custom made sounds and removing sounds and adding sounds. A lot of people just make something, think it's done. It's never done.
This is why it's important.
That's why it's
Hold on
hard.
a second. This is why it's important for you to be in the studio with the producer. You know what I mean? I mean, this is the way it was cut out to be. You will have, if it takes 30 hours for you to sit there and get what you want, and so be it. This is the workflow that's needed nowadays, you know what I mean? Everything is too repetitive, everything just sounds the same.
Right.
And it's just, when you put your heart into it, I think you get a better vibe, you get a better feedback from the universe on it, because you put your heart and soul into it.
100%.
You know what I mean? You know,
This ain't no YouTube.
I mean, as far as making beats, I learned from an engineer's perspective. I used to sit there and listen to you tell me what the fuck you wanted to listen here. You want the horns here, you already know what it is. You know, you want the hi hats here, whatever here. Then eventually, with my DJ ears, I developed my DJ ear over the years. I knew what the fuck type of beat I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got both perspectives. Somebody dictated to me what they wanted on a specific track. That's why it's important for me. That's why it's important to be in that studio when that producer's laying down that beat, you know what I mean? I mean, you know, of course, you know, or the beat maker, I should say, because you can also be a producer as well. You know what I mean?
He actually showed me how to produce.
You know,
Oh,
he was one of the reasons.
anybody can be a producer, but not everybody can be a beat maker.
Right.
Oh, wait, I mean, it's
All the way
confused.
around.
It's confused.
Well, I would say, no, but I have to be real. I was a producer turned into a beat maker because I would go to his studio and he'd be like, this is the delay is not good, the reverb is not good with this. You see how you pitching with this, and he showed me like all of the volumes and how to like
so
sequence.
this is important. A beat maker is a person who just kind of just makes a loop.
Of course.
Right? Producers who formats the song, takes things out. It's very good when everyone's on the same page. When the beat maker comes in with no pride, the engineer comes in with no pride, the producer comes in with no pride.
Right.
The artist, and you guys all sit together and you develop your sound together. Yeah, there's no pride. You know, when you walk in the studio, if you want a good project, you gotta, you know, people get what is it, butt hurt. You know what I mean? If the horns don't match, bro, the horns don't match. If the vocalist is out of key, he's out of key. Like, you know what I mean? People are too scared to hurt people's feelings. I mean, I'm a Sag, so
I mean,
sometimes
I'm piggyback on that. Like, I'm hearing now a lot of commercial radio. I'm hearing a lot of tracks, close tracks, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm hearing a lot of tracks now that the vocals are off beat. A lot. And it just drives me crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, listen, come on, let's get back to the music. I can understand, we know what's going on, but we can talk about that, but get back to on-beat music.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Stop because somebody beat. No, don't compromise the culture for money.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Rhythm is important, bro. I'm
You know
sorry.
what I'm saying?
Rhythm is
I
important.
want, if I hear something in the club, I want to do like this. I want to hear all that in the club. And if it's off beat, I'm off beat. Then
Everything else will be.
Watch, they're gonna start making offbeat beats.
I can't do it. I can't.
I know a lot of thought drill at one time. I thought it was gonna be because of the bass and the
Bass,
drum.
right.
I was like, I don't know when to come in.
But see,
Is that phasing?
to piggyback on that, like, okay, drill beats came out, but Pop Smoke got on it, it's like, okay, there's a flow to it.
Exactly.
Now, because if you want for Pop, you're like, it sounds dope, but
Yeah.
once Pop, R.I.P. Pop Smoke, once he got on it,
Yeah. And a lot of those people from London too, like when they started doing it, then I kind of caught on, like, cause you gotta know, like, anything that you do is a format.
Right.
So I had to, like, it's that ABC thing for sure.
Right.
I just want to also, I didn't mean to cut you off, I apologize. But the album, it is commercial, but it's not trap.
right.
It's not. It's honestly, I'll go back to what you said, piggyback off of that. It has to be what's in your soul. So like for me, this album is like a complete journey. It's nothing, and you can vouch for it.
No,
because you heard it. It
Dude, first of all, let me
sound
just,
like
he has a song called
nothing
Fly
I've heard.
Away, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, I dropped a tear.
Thank you.
You feel it.
Thank you.
What's dope about Corey is because, you know, he rap sings. So it ain't like sings, he rap sings, but it's really in key, it's dope. And there's messages behind it. It's mixed between hip hop and soul. And then he has a hip hop pop in there a little. You know what I'm saying? Every song from
You shouldn't be trying to copy the 90s. Let's make something. Let's try to make
Let's
something.
even dig.
That's how I give him credit. At least remember he came out with Ace Hood. Everything with Ace Hood.
Oh man,
all of them. And
that was his
Jose,
star.
That was
his star.
When
Yeah.
Cal first came out, that was his golden era.
Right.
Original
Yeah.
music, so we can't take that from him. It's now he's getting
I
lazy.
gotta give it to Khaled when he does joints with Drake and stuff like that. It's just,
But
it's just
Kevin,
different.
Kevin, I have a question for that. But it's kind of like, to me, it's like, it's the cash cow type thing. Like it's a go-to. It's an automatic sell. Like remember before Future, who was the person he went to as an automatic sell, which was T-Pain.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? I just feel like whoever's hot, he takes and then scraps. You know what I'm saying? And whoever stays consistent, he'll keep in that situation. Got nothing against the man. I think he's a genius.
I mean, that's he's like DJ for just that. You know what I mean? For just, you know, all the big name artists that are popping in the game. He's always gonna drop an album to a year that everybody's gonna be featured on. You know what I mean?
And that shows
a
the
collective body of work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because
So, but
he's
everybody-
backed by Joe and Terror Squad. So you know wherever Joe Terror Squad is at, Cal.
Well, I think it's more Rock Nation.
I would say
Right,
that too.
And
I don't think it's
other
TS.
entities. I mean,
right now.
Joe has been at a great distance. I mean, even though Joe gave him like his notoriety.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Eventually,
But even when he got his notoriety, he was already 20 years in.
Right.
That's why a lot of people don't know. When he got his notoriety, you know what I mean? He was already doing radio shows
In Miami.
with Miami,
Yeah, I heard about
Florida.
that,
I think it was. I don't even think it was Miami. I might have been Tampa or another. Anyway,
Smoking market.
yeah, but regardless, he made that radio station pop.
Yeah.
So you can't. He's like what Flex is to High 97 in a sense.
Yeah.
In Florida, this is why he's got like Flex. At one point, he used to drop 60 minutes of funk. And he used to have Jada Kids, Jay, DMX, all the greats on
Busta
one
Rhymes,
body of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was, you know.
K-Slade did too.
You know, absolutely. But K-Slade was home to the streets.
Right.
You know what I mean? He
Right.
would take niggas off from the streets. You know what I mean? So
I remember that. That was hot. That was heavy back in the early 2000s.
Street sweeper
Yeah,
series.
yeah. I was on that. Yeah.
Oh, and to mention that.
Well, Uncle Murder and all that when it was just getting hot and bubbling, Papoose. Yeah.
Because when I say
That was his real art. That was
God, that was a monster.
What a
Yeah.
find.
That was a
What a find,
monster.
To mention the streets, that's where also pop-up playlists came from, the mixtape concept. You remember back in the day, we used to be able to go to the bodega, maybe selling the CDs right there and playing them?
Yeah.
That's missing.
yes.
That's what the pop-up playlist is gonna do as well.
Yeah.
You got what that's where the main idea came out, was like, people love that. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
love that. People love that physical.
Or you know what's crazy, guy, right now? If you walk up Myrtle, Broadway, seeing Nigerians on the corner that sell them hats. They
Those
sell-
LVs? You talking about the Louis V's?
Yeah.
Louis V's?
They're actually still selling them CDs, man, because you'll hear the music popping if you work waiting on the train station. So,
Sure.
it's crazy. But But yeah, the mixtape culture, I mean, you know, it's changed, man. It's not
It's
It must hurt the
that-
DJs.
Huh?
It must hurt the
I mean,
DJs.
everything is online. You gotta go online with it.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything gotta be
Yeah,
online.
streaming.
Everything is online. The whole world of music is online.
And it's kind of like well balanced. I remember before, like certain DJs, you guys would like get like certain exclusives. It's not the same anymore. You know how like
those days are long.
those days ago. You know how you had that one artist that would just emerge out of nowhere, and that was somebody you cracked in like.
Sometimes I used to go to the record labels and pick up vinyl.
Wow.
I met both guys at the record label.
Irv?
Irv, and I didn't even know who he was.
Wow.
But
Yo, he's been in the game forever. I was watching some old Jay-Z videos.
Yeah.
Yo,
he's always
he's put his time in, bro. Respect.
Yeah.
He's been there forever.
89, 90.
I met his brother. He came to me like kind of weird.
You gotta they're both weird.
Yeah.
I can say they're weird. Everybody has their own characters,
Facts.
but they're in their own lanes and their own perspective. You know what I mean?
When he
As A&Rs and producers, like that's their forte. Anything other than that, I can't
Yeah, you can't
vouch
vouch.
for. But I know as far as being A&R, he made sure he had a stack of records for me. So I used to pick up for other DJs as well. I used to pick up for DJ Big Bang, DJ Big Bang, oh, that's a piece. So I was under their tutelage at the time.
Quick question: can people call in or no?
Yes, but the system is
Down?
down right now.
All right. Let me just give a quick shout out to my homie. Shout out to Game Over. We got an album coming out June 11th. He's been nothing but supportive on Pop-Up Playlist. We got major artists on this album. We got Axel Young, we got Uncle Murder, we got Hitchcock, and we got Joel Ortiz.
Nice.
Once again, the album's called Checkmate.
Yeah, how
All right, guys, check that out, please.
Let's get it. I mean,